My screen is visible.
Yes, Prabhuji, it's clear.
Yes, yes. My voice also clear, na?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you. So we'll start. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mama Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmalitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Prasarini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pasatya Satarini जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So welcome everybody to 8th chapter Akshara Brahma Yoga, attaining the Supreme. So what is the meaning of Akshara Brahma Yoga? Akshara means all pervading. You'll get everywhere. It's called Akshara. Brahma means indestructible. It is there everywhere and it cannot be destroyed. So that means it directly indicates the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, how to know the Supreme Personality Godhead and how to attain the Supreme? Regarding that, this chapter. Now, here Arjuna is asking one beautiful question on behalf of us. He's asking, how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? See, now the death is very painful. At the time of death, remembering Krishna is not so easy because you can understand during the time of death, the person will be suffering so much. There will be severe pain. Some people will be in the hospital. Lot of wares will be there. So many people. So it's very painful during the death. So on that pain, is it possible to remember Krishna? Arjuna is asking a beautiful question. How to engage in devotional service? You at the time of death, because if you remember Krishna at the time of death, you have to go to the Krishna love. You can go to the Krishna love. Otherwise, you will be in this world or sometimes you will fall down. So let's see what Krishna is telling. Now Krishna is telling, hearing, chanting and remembering the Lord. So Krishna is telling, if you have done these things, already we have discussed there are 9 type of devotional service. Out of this 9 type, again these 3 types are most important. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. So if you have never done any devotional service throughout your life, it is impossible to remember Krishna during the death. Very difficult. But if you have done this in your life, then sometimes it is easier. So that is the reason our whole life is a rehearsal to remember Krishna during the death. So whole the life we have to do chanting, kirtan and smaran. Then all it is possible that we can remember Krishna during the time of death. Now you think I will not do anything. Suddenly during the time of death I'll remember Krishna. It's not possible. That is the reason whole life we have to do this thing. Just for a second or few seconds, we have to remember Krishna during our death. Okay. Now the universe is the cosmic form of Supreme Lord, and I am that Lord, represented as the super soul dwelling in the heart of every embodied being. So that means either it is a human being or it is animal or insect or plant or any living being. Inside any living being, there is a super soul, and the super soul is none other than Krishna. Okay, Krishna is the super soul. So every living being, there is a soul and there is a super soul. The super soul is the Lord himself, but the soul is individual soul. Okay, so it's like in a branch of a tree, two birds are there. One bird is soul, another bird is super soul. The super soul is sitting just watching what the soul is doing. Okay, and whatever you do, it has been calculated, counted. He is watching, you are doing right, wrong. Okay. Anyone can read this?
Prabhuji, should we unmute the devotees?
Yes, yes, 1 minute.
Sanjana will read it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sanjana,
Prabhuji.
please
Yes.
unmute.
अंतकाले कामामेव स्मरन् मुक्त्वा कलिवरं यप्रयति स मद्भवं यति नस्त्य अत्र संसाय.
Yeah, translation.
Prabhuji, for translation there is Aman Patil.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
So the translation is, and whoever at the time of death quits his body remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt.
Yeah. So Krishna is telling, Antakale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayasti samad bhavam yati nasti atra sansaya. So whoever at the time of death quit his body remembering me alone, okay, then at once attain my nature. That means whoever leave the body at the time of death is remembering Krishna, definitely he will go to Krishna love. Can anyone tell this picture? What is this picture?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll unmute.
Yes.
There is
Yadav.
Saksham Yadav. You can unmute.
Cannot.
The Arjun is made a bed of has made a bed of arrows, and
Who is
someone
this person? Who is this sleeping in the bed of the arrow? Hello? Okay, anyone else?
Prabhuji,
Yes.
there is SSK. You can mute now. Okay, looks like he has some internet issues. Samriddhi, you can unmute.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it is Bhishma Pitama.
Yes. So, why this picture has been shown here? Because this is a beautiful example of how to leave the body. So, Bhishma stayed in the arrow bed throughout the world. Then after the war is over, everybody came to see him. Krishna also came. And at the end, Bhishma given a beautiful prayer to Krishna. And thinking about the Krishna, he left the body. So that is a
Prabhuji,
beautiful, yeah, that is a beautiful
Right.
example. Yes.
but Krishnangi wants to become the co-host. She has left the car and she came back, and now she wants to become the co-host. Krishnangi.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay. Now fine. So Vishmadev left the body by remembering the Krishna and giving the beautiful prayer to Krishna. So that is the ultimate thing. What everyone, if they can do, they will definitely go to Krishna love. So that is the reason our whole life is a rehearsal how to remember Krishna at the time of death. We plan our life, we plan our family. Similarly, a devotee always plans his death so that in the next life he should not fall down to animal or any lower birth or to any hellish planet. So that is the difference between a normal human being and a devotee. Okay, the Vishma is one of the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna. Yes, somebody can read this.
Okay.
Prabhuji, Samriddhi Mataji.
Yes.
Samriddhi.
Yam. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Prabhuji, you unmuted Sanjana.
Okay, you'll read the translation. Let her read this. Sloka.
Yam vapi smaranam bhavam त्यत्यजेत् अन्ते कलेवरं तं तं इवति कौन्तेय सदा तद्भव भवेत्.
Yeah, translation.
Whatever state of being one remembers when he quiets his body, that state he will attain without fail.
Yes, so Krishna is telling. Now, last slide, Krishna is telling, whoever quit the body remembering me, he will come to me. Again, Krishna is telling, yam yam yapi smaran bhava tyajyante ante kalevaram tam tam ivaiti kantaya sada tad bhava bhavitam. So whoever quit the body and remember something else, he will attain that state without fail. Suppose you will think many people are having dogs now in their house, the pet dogs. Suppose they will be more attached to the dog. At the time of death, they will be thinking about the dog. So definitely they will get dog body. Okay, similarly, there is a beautiful story here. Yeah, you can see this story. Can anyone tell who is this person?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll unmute someone. There is Sanjana, you can unmute.
Do you know who is this person?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I think it was I think in the Mahabharata that Kunti Pandu will that Pandu has two wives. So second wife will ask the deer, so it looks beautifully. So he will try to catch the deer, and he aim an
No, no, not this one.
arrow.
No, not that one. This is a story of Bharat Maharaj. After his name, Bharatvarsha has been given. Okay, India name Bharatvarsha. This is after the Bharat Maharaj name. So there is a beautiful story about Bharat Maharaj. You see, he is looking at the deer. What is the story? Bharat Maharaj was a king. Okay, and what happened? When he finished his prescribed duty, he finished all his prescribed duty. After that, it was time to take sannyasa. So normally what happened, you cannot tell that I leave all my prescribed duty and take the sannyasa. Like if you are a student, you have to do your prescribed duty. We have already discussed in previous classes, sannyasa cannot be taken like that. If somebody leaving the prescribed duty taking sannyasa, then he is doing sinful activities. So similarly, Bharat Maharaj has finished his prescribed duty, whatever his duty was there for the people. After that, it was the time to take sannyasa. So he has taken the sannyasa, went to jungle, forest, and made a hut. There he started the devotional service. Then what happened? He was doing it very nicely. One day he was going to take bath near this one river. So what happened? He saw a deer who is pregnant, and one tiger was attacking the deer. The deer, with fear, jumped into the water, and he delivered the small baby. And after that, the deer died. So this small baby was floating in the water. By seeing that, Bharat Maharaj become very compassionate because it's a very small deer. It is always it should be protected. Now it is the duty of Bharat Maharaj or any person staying there to protect the small child because it's in danger. Now Bharat Maharaj, what happened? In compassion, he has taken the deer and brought it to his hut, ashram, taken care of the deer, given the food, and slowly the deer became big. Small deer become big, and he has taken a lot of care to the deer. He has taken always he was thinking about the deer, what he is doing, any danger is there. Okay, so in that process, he got fully attached to the deer, and slowly what happened? Sometimes deer become big. Now when the deer will big, he will go to forest, he will take some food like that. So when he was going, Bharat Maharaj was very anxious about thinking about the deer. He is in danger or something else, something will happen like that. So in this process, someday what happened? Deer was not coming at the night. So Bharat Maharaj became fully anxious where my deer went. So he went at the night, he went by searching the deer, calling by name and searching. And in the hilltop, his leg slipped and he fell down. See? So while falling, he was thinking about the deer. thinking about the deer only. So what happened? He died there, and because he was thinking about the deer, so he got a deer body. In the next life, he became deer. But he was a great devotee of Lord Sri Krishna or Vishnu. That is the reason God has given is a memory. In the deer body also he was able to understand the previous birth I was like this. Because of attachment to a deer, I became a deer. I got a deer body. So in this deer body only he was praying to the Lord. So that is the reason in the next life he became took a human body, and his name was Jadavarat. Jadavarat means he name is Bharat only, but he behaved like deaf and dumb. Okay, then slowly he purified himself self in that life at Jadavarat and went to spiritual world. So the moral of the story is because Bharat Maharaj was a great devotee of Lord. Even if he was thinking about the deer during the death, he got a deer body. But because he was a great devotee, he has done a lot of spiritual work. That's why God became merciful and given the opportunity so that he could able to remember about the previous birth. In that deer body also, he could able to do the devotional service. But it will not happen to everyone. So anything can happen to anyone, but if we have done some spiritual work, devotional service, then Lord will protect us personally. Even if we go to any danger, Lord will save us. Like he saved the Bharat Maharaj. Okay, so this is a beautiful story. So somebody read this.
Yes, Prabhuji, there is a Sai, he can unmute. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Read this.
Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So again, the Krishna is telling one more thing. Prescribed duty. You should never leave your prescribed duty. Arjuna is telling, I'll leave the war, I'll go to the forest, I'll do meditation. I don't need any kingdom. But because he's a Kshatriya, his prescribed duty is to protect the people. He cannot run away from his prescribed duty. Okay, so first is the prescribed duty. Then after that, once it is over, you can take the sannyasam. Krishna is telling, so you should always think of me. So if you do the thinking, you think of the Krishna whole of your life, then it is easier to remember Krishna during the death. Otherwise, it's not possible. With your activity dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you'll attain me without doubt. So that means whatever you do, at the time of doing those, you have to remember Krishna. Your mind, intelligence, everything you have to fix on Krishna. Okay, then it will be easier to remember Krishna. Then definitely once you remember Krishna during the death, definitely you'll go to Krishna love. There is no doubt about it. So begin your devotional service in childhood itself. Like this picture is the picture of Prabhupada. He was a very great devotee. He has taken birth in a Vaishnava family, and from the childhood only he has having attraction towards Lord Radha and Krishna, and that is the reason why to start devotional service in childhood. Now many people are in thinking that devotional service should be started at the old age. Once everything over, then you should start the devotional service. That is not correct. Devotional service should be started as early as possible. Bali Maharaj told it should be started in childhood at the age of 5 years. If somebody is starting this in old age, he can never understand the devotional service. He can never understand the meaning of Vedic literature. Now I can give you one example. Suppose somebody want to learn how to ride a bicycle. It is very easy to learn during the childhood because all the senses are very active. Suppose you have not learned during the old age, at the age of 65, you want to learn how to ride a bicycle, then what will happen? First thing, he cannot learn properly. Even if he will learn and ride the bicycle, there is always chance of danger. There is chance of accident. If you will fall down, bone will break, something will happen. So that is the reason, if you have learned in the childhood, then you can drive very nicely in the old age also. But if you have not learned, learning in the old age is very, very difficult. And always there is a danger of accident. Similarly, it can be applicable here. The devotional service should be started in childhood only. Then only it will be easier to progress during old age. Otherwise, it is very difficult. So this is the devotional service. In the main form of devotional service is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Yes. Somebody read
Yeah.
this.
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
there is okay. Yeah.
Hello.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
He who meditates on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path he, O Partha, is sure to reach me.
Yes, so again the same thing Krishna is telling. He who meditate on the Supreme Personality Godhead. That means Krishna told, whatever you do, you have to think about me before. Now, and that was Karma Yoga. So you are doing any karma, you think about Krishna. That is Karma Yoga. Now Krishna is telling about the meditation. That is Dhyana Yoga. So when you meditate, many people meditate on light, some sound, some heart, some people meditate on respiration. So it has got little material benefit, like they will feel little cool body, cool mind, like that, but it do not have any spiritual application. Spiritual application is not there. So Krishna is telling those who meditate on the Supreme Personality Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path, he will sure reach me. Okay, so what happened? The mystic yogi, sometimes the highest form of yogi is always concentrating on the Supreme Personality Godhead, but on the early stage they will be concentrating some other thing. Slowly, when they will be purified, they will go and remember about the Lord. So it's very clear. Now I told you in the Dhyana Yoga, when the devotional service is contaminated with meditation, it is called Dhyana Yoga. Now when it will be purified and you fix your mind on Supreme Personality Godhead, then it is not, it is similar to Bhakti Yoga now. Okay. Yes. Read this.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
there is a Navya, you can unmute.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. One should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything. He is the maintainer of everything.
Yes. So in the last class, Krishna is telling, I am the supreme truth. There is no truth beyond me. I am the supreme. So the person who is more intelligent, he knows this thing. Okay, he's called Jnani. One who meditates upon the supreme person is one who knows everything. So he is full of knowledge, full of beauty, full of strength. Like the 6 characters are there with Lord Krishna, full. He is the maintainer of everything. So somebody knows this, then definitely he is the greatest person. Okay, so so if you know this, then definitely you will meditate on Krishna, remembering Krishna as the Supreme Personality Godhead. Yeah. So Krishna is God. He is a person. He has Syama Sundar form. We should meditate on that form. So many people telling who is God. They're telling God is energy. God is no form, like that. But here Krishna is having a beautiful form of Syama Sundar. Who is telling this? This is told by Brahmadev in Brahma Samhita. If you read the Brahma Samhita, it is a book written by Brahmadev and spoken by Brahmadev, from where he got, after meditation of 100 years, he got saw the beautiful form of Krishna, and he saw the 400 form of Narayana. He saw the abode of Lord Krishna, and whatever he has whatever he has seen, he has described everything in the book called Brahma Samhita. So about the Lord Krishna's form, about the abode of Lord Krishna form. So we should meditate on that form so that we'll achieve the spiritual goal very nicely. Yeah. So here you can see, can anyone tell who is this person?
Yes, Prabhuji, there is Sanjana. You can unmute.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it's Brahmadev Prabhuji.
Yes. So Brahmadev with all other demigods sitting and meditating on Lord Vishnu. Okay. Now here who is there?
It's Lord Shiva Prabhuji.
Yeah. Lord Shiva also always meditating on Sankarshana form of Supreme Lord. So Lord Krishna, one expansion is Sankarshana. Okay. So Lord Shiva is always meditating on Sankarshana form of Lord. And one day Lord Shiva, one day Devi Parvati, she is Devi Parvati. Devi Parvati is asking Lord Shiva that everybody knows that you are the Supreme Personality, but many times we have seen that you are meditating on someone, you are doing worship of someone. Please tell us who is the greatest than you, whose worship is greatest. Like that, Devi Parvati is asking. Lord Shiva told, then this has been recorded in Padma Purana. Lord Shiva told, Aradhananam sarvesam Vishnur Aradhana param Tasmat Paratara Devi Tadiyanam Samarchanam. Means, out of all Aradhana of Vishnu is always supreme. But the most important thing is that more than that is the Aradhana of the Vaishnava. Vaishnava means the devotee of Lord Vishnu. If somebody, today we are worshipping Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada we are worshipping as devotee of Lord Krishna, Vaishnava. So that puja will be supreme. We worship Prabhupada as a supreme devotee of Lord Krishna. So that worship is the purest worship and best worship. That is the reason first in the morning in the temple, first puja was done for Prabhupada. Then there is worship of Radha Krishna. Similarly, some people got confused. They're asking, worship of Vishnu is greater or worship of Lord Shiva is greater? So many people tell Lord Shiva is greater. Many people tell Lord Shiva is supreme. No, Lord Shiva is supreme in material world. When you are thinking about the spiritual world, Lord Vishnu or Krishna is the supreme. So then whose worship is greater? Lord Vishnu or Lord Shiva? Now Lord Shiva is telling Lord Vishnu worship is greater, but when you think Lord Shiva, when you worship Lord Shiva as a devotee of Lord Vishnu, then his worship is greatest. But many people worship Lord Shiva as Supreme Personality Godhead. That worship is not best. Okay, if you worship Lord Shiva as a Vaishnava, because Vaishnavanam Tatha Sambhu, out of all Vaishnava, the greatest Vaishnava is Lord Shiva. So if you worship Lord Shiva as a devotee of Vishnu, that worship is even supreme to Lord Vishnu. It's very clear. Yes. So many Devata, Devi Devata, they are worshipping, they are meditating, they are doing puja of Lord Vishnu. This already we have discussed in Bhakti Vriksha, I think. Just I will tell justly, shortly. This is for Goloka chart. It has been described by Lord Brahmadev in Brahma Samhita. So this is the whole world. Okay, whole world. And you can see here, this is the material world, and these are the spiritual world. That means material world is only 1/4, spiritual world is bigger, 3/4. Okay, now we are in the material world. What is exactly in the spiritual world? Here is the supreme abode of Lord Krishna. Is it clear?
Yeah,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yes. So this is the supreme abode of Lord Krishna, which is called Golok Vrindavan. Here you can see the Sakhi Lalita, Vishaka, so like that, 8 are there, 8 lotus flower. And first expansion of Lord Krishna is the Balram. Then Balram expanded into 4 forms. One is the Basudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Anirudh. There are 4 forms here. Then they will expand into Narayana form. Here, Narayana form. And this is called Haridhama or Vaikuntha Dhama. Then after that, next expansion will be going to the material world. That expansion is called Mahavishnu. Can you see here Mahavishnu? So this is the called Purusha avatar. And Mahavishnu is in the spiritual world, but now he started creating the universes. There are so many universes, crores and crores of universes created from the pore of Mahavishnu. Okay, so now here this is the Sadasiv lok, in between the material and spiritual world. Now this is the Mahavishnu created the universe, and Mahavishnu expansion is the Garbhodaksha Vishnu enter each and every universe. Now this is one of the universe where Garbhodaksha Vishnu is there. Then from his umbilicus navel, one lotus flower originate, and there you will get the Brahmadev originated from there. Okay. Now here you can see there are different loka. We are in the Bhur lok, like Bhur, Bhuva, Soha, then Maharlok, Janalok, Tapalok, Satyalok. Satyalok is the Brahma lok. It is the highest lok. So above 7 loka, below 7 loka. Atala, Bitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala, 7 loka. Okay. And below that is the Naraka or the hellish planet. So there are 28 different types of hellish planet. Depending upon our Papa Karma, if we are going to Narkalok, we'll be go to one of this Naraka planet or the hellish planet, depending upon our sinful activities. Now, from the material world going to spiritual world is very, very difficult. Can you see here how much distance from the material to the very difficult? Because the material science has only gone to Bhurlok and Bhuvalok. This much little distance is covered with all his effort. Now going to Brahmalok and from there spiritual world is very, very difficult. But there is a process for this. Easier process how to go to the spiritual world, that to the Krishna lok. You can see here there is a faint line starting from Bhulok. Can you see this? One faint line going. This is directly going, this faint line. Like this going, like this going, like this going. And it will directly going to here, Krishna lok. What is that? That is called devotional service. If you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, if you give the direct service to Lord Radha and Krishna, so no need to go through step by step. You can directly go to Krishna lok. That is the reason we are giving more emphasis on chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That will lead to direct access to the Krishna lok. Okay. Yeah, so these are different activities of Lord Krishna with the different animals, cows. Okay, cows, and this is stilling the butter. This is the friend Sudama. Okay, and can anyone tell who is this personality?
Yes,
Abhishek,
Yes.
Abhishek, please unmute yourself.
He is Krishna's teacher.
Yeah, what is the name? Do you know the name? Anyone?
Prabhuji, there is a Vraj Thakur. You can unmute. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Do you know who is
Prabhuji,
that?
he is Guru of Lord Krishna.
Yeah, what is the
Sandipani
name?
Muni.
Again, Sandipani Muni. Yes, Sandipani Muni is the teacher of Lord Krishna and Balram. Now see, Krishna is Supreme Personality Godhead. He has got all the knowledge. He knows everything. But still he has taken one guru. Why? Because he want to give an example. That guru is so important in our life. To learn anything, we need a guru. We cannot have the knowledge by reading the books only, or we cannot have the knowledge by reading something from the internet. So something by reading and getting from the internet, what we are acquiring is not the knowledge, it is just the information. This information will be converted to knowledge when it is interpreted by a learned person, and that learned person is none other than guru, because he has got a lot of experience, and on that experience he can tell what is the real meaning of that sentence. Suppose you got a sentence from internet, this sentence may have different meaning, but the real guru will tell what is the exact meaning of that. We cannot understand. Otherwise, that knowledge will not be the real knowledge. So all these are activities of Lord Krishna. Yeah, again he is taking the knowledge. He is Sudama, very dear friend to Lord Krishna. Okay, he is also Sudama, poor Brahmin Sudama. He came to meet Lord Krishna because he is a very great devotee. Krishna sent the Dasi to receive him like a king. Then Lord Krishna himself washing the feet of Sudama. Okay, so he is doing this as a matter of duty. That doesn't mean that Sudama is supreme and superior to Lord Krishna, because Krishna is a Kshatriya king and a Brahmin came to him. So it is the duty of the king or Kshatriya king to wash the feet of Brahman and give all the respect. As a matter of duty he is doing. So similarly, Lord Krishna did many things as a matter of duty. Lord Rama, Lord Krishna. So that doesn't mean that somebody is superior to Lord Krishna or Rama. So they are doing all these things as a matter of duty. Similarly, some person was asking, the Lord Krishna, Rama were doing worship of Lord Shiva and Durga Devi. So that means they are supreme. No, they are doing as a matter of duty, as a duty of Kshatriya. They can never be superior to Lord Krishna or Rama.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna. Prabhu.
Somebody read?
Abhishek wants to read this. Abhishek, can you raise your hand, please?
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, looks like Abhishek doesn't want to read this. I'll just unmute. Yeah.
He
Take a
unmuted.
raised hand once actually, because we can find other ones.
Okay. A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing austere sacrifices, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. At the end, he reaches the supreme abode.
Yes. So there are so many processes to achieve the God. Like somebody can read the Veda and they will get some result. They give the charity, austerities, so they will get the result like that. So Krishna is telling the devotional pathway is always supreme. Suppose some person reading the Veda, he will achieve something. If a person is doing devotional service, he will also achieve the same thing. It's not that he will have to read the Veda and achieve something. If he will do the devotional service, he will get all the result by studying the Veda. Whoever is studying Veda, performing austerity sacrifice, giving charities, pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. So all these results are also included in the devotional service. He will get all the results. At the end, he reaches the supreme abode. Suppose one person is doing only charity, but not sacrificing to the Lord. Then he will think that I myself is doing the charity. There is no linking to the God. So he cannot reach the supreme abode. He can go to, at best he can go to heaven, Sargalokam. But the person doing devotional service directly thinking about the Lord definitely will go to the supreme abode, Krishna Lok or Golak Vrindavan. So again I'm telling, our Guru is telling that the main mantra for Kali Yuga is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Sodasak Nama Kali Kalmasanasana. This 16 name here will destroy all the sin of Kali Yuga, because I, you, everybody in Kali Yuga, every day, every moment we are doing a lot of sins, either knowingly or unknowingly. If we do the sin unknowingly also, for that will be punished. Not that only knowingly if we do means will be punished. Any sinful activities, either doing knowingly or unknowingly, we are doing means definitely will be punished for that. So the only way to get out of this sin is chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna and Rama. So I think this is a lot of the chapters. So shall we take some questions?
Yes, Prabhuji, there is Shiva Chandramouli. He asked